welcome back to another episode of Waking Up with Wisdom, a spiritual talk show where we have divine discussions around spiritual awakening, what it was like before, what happened, and what we are doing to help the collective. My name is Jennifer. I am known as the Empire Heyoke, and today's special guest is Jannexee. Who is a songwriter and musician, and she has just launched a brand new single. And I think I saw on your social media you have another one coming out. So she sings a lot about manifesting in the divine feminine. So I'm really excited to be interviewing today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So, yeah, tell us about, a little bit about yourself and how you got started. And I'm going to let you take the floor.
Thank you. Yeah, my name is Jannexee. I'm a Houston artist. I've been singing since I was a kid. I grew up singing in church. So that's how that started. I also played keyboard at church. So I started everything pretty young. I started playing keyboard when I was 5. And how that happened was when I learned how to talk, I would sing everything. Like I would wake up and my mom would be making me tacos or whatever. And I would write songs all day. It got to the point where she would be like, okay, Mijita, we're going to play the quiet game right now. Because I just would not shut up. So it's really all I've known. And it's where I feel the most comfortable in anything, like any state. It's where I feel the most comfortable.
Well, it's like you've never really stopped what you were created to do, because that's how we learn what we were created to do, is when we go back to our inner child and childhood. And so you've been, ever since the get-go, been on that path.
Yes, but when I went to college, I stopped because that's when my fears came in. And I was like, you know what? There's absolutely no money in this industry unless you make it huge. So I completely stopped singing for 4 years. And when I graduated the first year out of college, I was the most miserable I've ever been in my life. I think I didn't realize it while I was in school because I had the distraction of school and everything going around. And then when I finished, I was like, wait, this is going to be my life? Like, what? And then I always sang, for example, church covers and other bands. And I always had that security of performing with other people. And I never thought about doing it by myself because I used to be so afraid, because when you have someone else, you could, depend on being in a group or something else. So I went to school 9 hours away from Houston. So I came back and everyone that I grew up with was doing their own thing. Either they had their 9-to-5 jobs, or they had continued doing whatever they had and they were good. So I came back, had to start from scratch. And that forced me to start putting stuff out by myself, which at the time I felt so miserable, but it's probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me, which was tapping into my inner child again.
And that this is why I love doing this show, because it's I have interviewed a variety of people from all different background and ages, and it all starts that same way. And it's losing that joy, that wake up, oh my God, this is my life? What this doesn't feel in alignment with who you are. So interesting. Okay, so what happened next? How did you
so I don't know if you know a lot about the Houston music scene, but most of it is rap. So,
well, I didn't. So I know about the rap. So I'm a Houston girl, born and raised. I do know about the rap scene. I have met some of the artists, and also the rock and punk rock. So I was a Fitzgerald girl, and then they tore it down
Oh.
recently. But yeah, so I'm aware of it.
So when I started, I wanted to do a certain kind of music, and I didn't want to experiment with really any sounds. I just wanted to stick to one thing. And when I started doing showcases, the showcases to go to here in Houston when you're starting out, the majority is all rap, and the majority of artists is all male. So I realized either I have to start experimenting with other sounds or I'm not going to grow. And it's so weird because now that's my favorite thing. And people call me out on it. Like, why can't you just stick to one sound? But it's because when I was tapping back into everything, I realized that to make myself grow, I had to try absolutely everything. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. I definitely don't have any fears in trying any sounds like I did in the beginning. I was so accustomed to, like, maybe it was like the church girl in me, like the slower songs, like would super identify with it. One thing that I have kept though, I'm Mexican, and all my songs are Spanglish. They're in English and Spanish. So that's something that I identify, and through my sound when I started until now, even if someone asks if I could collaborate with them, I say yes. But I want you to know I'm not going to do it in just one language just because that's the most important thing to me. So that's something that I definitely have kept, stay true to myself. But I'm all for trying new sounds, which in the beginning I was not.
That's cool. I mean, I heard the single that you did. I know you have how many, do you have a whole record out now, or is it just one song, or?
I do singles. I haven't done an album or anything like that. I right now I just do singles.
How many singles do you have out now?
I want to say with this one, it's 9, and that's only been in 2 years. So that's really good. I'm really proud of myself for that.
Yes, kudos to you. I mean, I have dated musicians, so I know behind the scenes and outside of, just being the singer and writing the songs, the work that goes into it, the putting it together, the mixing, and you do your videos and all that stuff, girl. I give you props because it is hard work.
Yes.
There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people are not quite aware about. So, and there's a lot of fear facing and limiting beliefs and having the bravery to go back into following your dreams, especially the ones that you had at the very beginning.
For sure.
So, very good. That's awesome. I love hearing that story. So,
thank you.
Are you really just focused on singing around the divine feminine, or
yes.
What are your future plans?
That's my number one goal, and I think that was born from, because that was not my intention at all. When I started singing again, honestly, my intention then, I don't even think I had one. I just knew I had to start doing something that made me happy. Mm-hmm. And then my first single is what my nickname in everything. Some artist gave it to me, is La Diablita, which translates to girl devil. And in Spanish, when someone calls you Diablita, it's a girl that very feminine, very ladylike, but you have to watch out for, because you don't want to ever cross her, because she just has so much potential in everything she does. Mm-hmm. And when someone first told me that, I was like, okay, but then a lot of people started calling me it, so then it just stuck. And
kind of like goddess energy. You're harnessing that goddess energy.
And I thought that was so weird. And then I realized like, wow, that actually is me. Like anything I'm going to set my mind to, anything I'm going to try to grow or help others. So that's where I realized what my mission was with my music. And I think it's really to help women, to help them feel more confident, to help them be more aware of their surroundings and just be more comfortable in their own skin.
We need more of that.
Yeah. So any song that I write, I make sure that's the message, because we have so many songs, and I tell this to everyone, degrading women, and those are what's popping the chart. Let's be honest. And it's not just by men, it's by women as well.
Oh, yeah. There's a song out there right now that should not be in the top spots. It's very degrading.
And for me, I think it's just me growing up in church. A lot of those beliefs I still had, like, anything you say has power, which is why manifestation is so big for me. Anything you say has power. So me writing something that I know someone can just randomly hear and think it sounds cool, but they don't know what they're saying. And they don't know the power that they have in that, because it becomes a chant. You're saying it over and over. So that to me is a responsibility as a songwriter, which is my favorite thing of the whole process, is songwriting.
Man, I love that. I'm so happy you had this conversation, because not many are that self-aware. That goes into the whole topic of, I can get into the whole rabbit hole of the music industry and how corrupt it can be. And
I rap too. Like, I rap too in my songs. I love that genre. I love all genres. I just think as artists, as honestly, whatever job you do, you could think it's the most insignificant thing, but at the end of the day, you impact someone else.
Yes, and being careful and that conscious of, what you're writing and what other people are saying and the whole chanting, and kudos to you. Not many people are that self-aware. Even the ones that are listening to the music, bringing that awareness. That is how you manifest, guys. She is exactly right. Is that, you impress, repetition, all that stuff. So if you're constantly saying those things over and over again, whether if you're saying negative things about yourself and there's a cool beat to it, your subconscious does not know any different. If you're impressing that feeling, it's going to manifest that way. So yeah, good point. I love that. Awesome.
Yes.
Was there anything else that you would like to share?
I do want to talk a little bit. I just released a song yesterday, and I talking about writing. It's called "Put My Cumbia on You," and today is actually the anniversary of Selena Quintanilla's passing, and her nephew is actually the one that produced my single. So that was completely coincidental. I didn't even know that until today, and I was like, that's crazy how the universe works. So I just did that single with him and another Houston artist named is Gio Chamba, and it's a mixture of different genres. It has cumbia, it has reggaeton, and it has Latino alternative rock as well. So, and I was looking at my videos. I'm probably going to post it later on Instagram of when I was writing it, and I couldn't find the thing to say, because I kept writing about a negative perspective from a man of how they see you. And then I was like, wait, I I don't even identify with this. Why am I writing it? But I think it's just because I was trying to find easy things to rhyme. And then I kept writing it over and over. And I took a break. And it was around Halloween season. And I watched a movie that really inspired me. And then I went back and I finished it. And the whole song is really about mind. And you're not going to know it when you hear it. It's really about your sex energy and how you have to be very careful with that and what you can attract with it, and even your mindful masturbation, that a lot of people don't even realize how powerful that is either, what you're unleashing. So that song is about. And yeah, it was really fun to do a song like that.
Yeah, if you don't mind, if I can post the video. I think you have a video right after this recording so the guests can see. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll put it in with the mix when I put all this together. Yeah, I was reading that and I was like, I like how you explained it, because it is important. There's a total misconception about how powerful that energy is. So
yeah, my main lyric, my chorus is I'm trying not to put my spell on you. And what I'm trying to say by that is you can lust someone so much. And with these acts that you think are just casual, you're creating a codependency on him and on yourself. And that's not something you want to get stuck in. So that's what that's about. Yeah.
How old are you? I'm sorry.
25.
You're very awoke. You know, I'm not many. Well, that's good. Not many people have that perception, and it's much needed. So I'm really, thank you for coming on and sharing that, because it's a very important. Just from my personal experience at a young age, I did not have that awareness, and I wish I did. And it is much needed, especially with younger people and older. It doesn't really matter what age you are, but yeah, I love the bringing of awareness to that, because it is a sacred act. And because of the music industry, there's so many degrading songs out there that I think women lose their sacredness within that, and men don't honor that. Because the men in the music industry, there's some degrading songs about women, and it's a cycle that needs to be broken out of.
Which I think we're honestly doing much better. I was looking at statistics, and female artists are growing at an alarming rate, which is a great thing, because that means we finally have our voice and not someone narrating it for us.
Beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing all this. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's really it. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on the show. Guys, I'm going to post all of the social media links where you can go find her. Stay tuned. Right after this video or interview, you'll be able to see her video, her debut, and go check her out. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow. And give us a thumbs up. So thank you again for joining today. I loved hearing this. So I'm really honored that you're doing that. Keep up.
I'm honored to be here. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. I'm trying not to put my spell on you. Good